This is a Headgum podcast.
Despite listening to this podcast, we are guessing that you guys know how to read. And if you do, please check out The Prospects by KT Hoffman. It is an exhilarating, sexy, and triumphant rivals to lovers sexy debut romance novel set in pressure cooker of minor league baseball.
Damn.
My God, right?
Now, so this book isn't out yet, so we haven't read it, but there's a character named Jean whose last name I absolutely can't pronounce
It's like
or
Lone School?
read. Ionescu
Oh, I'm going to read this book.
is the first openly trans player in professional
Whoa.
baseball. He has nearly everything he's ever let himself dream of. That is until Luis Estrada, Jean's former teammate and current rival, gets traded to the Beavers.
Dude, I hope they
Damn.
fuck in
Jean
the
and
book.
Jean and Luis can't manage a civil conversation off the field or a competent play on it, but in close confines of the dugout benches and roadie buses, they begrudgingly rediscover a comfortable rhythm. Sexual, I can imagine.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
rhythm.
As
As
the
in
two
humping.
grow closer in intimate ways and otherwise, the tension between them turns electric. And their chemistry spills past the confines of the stadium. These guys
I
are
am
playing
really
minor
excited.
league.
This sounds like exactly the kind of book you're
I
ready to
am so
to
excited.
read.
Elle Magazine has called The Prospects a queer sports romance and a triumphant debut from KT Hoffman that is a heartstring-pulling tale of two minor league baseball rivals who realize they play much better together. If you liked Ted Lasso, you will love The Prospects.
Whoa,
John
interesting.
Paul Brammer, author of Hola Papi.
It must be good vibes then.
It must be like, I mean, I don't necessarily care about the sports, no offense, KT Hoffman, but I am interested in this
And
story.
our production manager Ivan likes Ted Lasso a lot, so maybe we'll get this book for
get it
Ivan.
for him for his
He'll
birthday.
probably love
And who
it.
doesn't
I
like
bet he'll
reading a
cry.
book that's going to make you feel all funny in your tummy?
I can't wait to read the
Prospects.
I don't read
Goodreads.
enough like hot.
I think you should. You like it, don't you?
I know I would.
Hell yeah. So go check out The Prospects by KT Hoffman.
It's available
KT.
wherever books are sold.
Oh, it's available now.
Whoa.
Oh,
All
we
right,
haven't read it.
I'll let y'all know what I think. We have Allie X on the pod today. And we've known Allie, I mean, how long have we actually known each other for? Like,
I feel like
Could it
when
be
you
like
guys put
10
out,
years?
what was the first single, Winter Break?
Mhm, mhm.
yeah.
So I heard that and I was like, this is cool. And I hit you up on Twitter, I think, and I just like, I'm a fan.
And like we had been huge fans of like the collection, like the OG.
Collection
I think
one.
Yep.
like you put out a bunch of singles and like, y'all, like this is really the OG. Like
Mhm.
you were doing really cool visuals and it was like kind of this time in like, I was gonna say in the blogosphere.
Kind of was.
But like
Remember
kinda,
that?
yeah,
It's like
totally.
Remember
Tumblr
that?
sphere,
Yeah,
yeah.
100
Yeah,
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Where there was like where
Whoa.
it was just a different like culture where artists had a lot of like mystery around them. So it was like, who is Allie X? You know?
And then I remember it became like, who is every single artist?
Yeah,
And then I was like,
Totally.
But you were the first one.
I was the first one except for Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I just remember hearing Bitch and hearing Prime and just being
Yeah.
like, once again, I don't know why I was so mentally ill and like this at the time. I was young and
What?
unmedicated, but I was like, well, I should just quit. You
You
know, like
really-
No,
that
oh
was
my
always
God.
my response
You
to
were
like
looking for
hearing
the
good
reason.
music. Yeah, I was looking for the reason.
Yeah, Katie,
I was always
hearing
one step.
excellent music would be like, oh, fuck this then.
Yeah,
Were you,
Someone
were
already
you
did
a
it.
student at that time?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. In the very beginning, and then Naomi and I graduated, and then yeah, but it was like so validating when you reached out to us. And Joe never unfortunately made it to the
No,
to the finish
actually,
line.
I never graduated at all.
That
She
was
was-
so underhanded.
I know.
No,
Can you believe this?
Joe
Can
is
you
a
believe
year
this
under
woman?
us.
Can you
Joe
believe this
graduated
woman
the
and what I
next
have to
year.
deal with on a daily basis?
Joe was just a little baby, so she graduated
Yeah,
the next
just a
year.
little baby.
I
You're
love you
literally- you're
infantilizing Joe's
obsessed with
hilarious because
me.
she is 1 year younger than
She
us.
she
Yeah,
no,
and
but she
she's
does that to you
she
too.
can't catch up.
She
She
loves
tries
the
so hard.
weak
younger than you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
and you'll
catch
never
up,
catch
huh?
up unless
You're
unless
actually
I
right.
die before you.
You're actually right. And as we've said before, whoever dies first loses.
Yeah, so
you
good luck
agree?
to being a loser.
What are we losing exactly?
Just
Like,
the game.
lose.
Yeah,
you just
well,
lose.
you go to the funeral and you say
Loser. You lost.
Loser.
You lost. Hate to
Yeah.
see it, but
yeah.
here we are.
That's the game the three of us are playing. If you'd like to join,
Yeah, sure.
they call it the game of life.
I feel like I'm
they
gonna
just?
lose the most. Though. I feel like I'll definitely die
No,
first.
you just don't
Nah.
know.
This
No
is
way.
actually a really cool question we should ask every one of our
Who do you
guests.
think out of all of us is going to die first?
That's what we should rank today.
That's awesome.
But instead of best to worst, it's like rank the four of us who's gonna die in what
That
order.
sucks.
Katie's
Don't
gonna
do
put
that.
herself as first
You're so silly.
I don't know why you would say that.
because I know you. Because I know
starts
you. You
crying.
think something crazy. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Say some crazy ass shit.
But anyway, we're so happy to have you on the pod.
So happy to
We've both
be here.
put out so much music since we first met.
Yeah.
We're still here, hanging on
By a
Yeah.
thread.
by a thread.
By the way, like because we haven't seen each other in years, I've been your fan since then, and I've
That's
watched
cowabunga.
with such admiration at your journey.
Oh,
I
thanks.
feel like I don't really exactly know what happened on like the other side of the curtain, but I just think you guys have always kept your integrity, and you've always had something so special, and it's just had such an organic growth to it. Like definitely a band that I look to and admire.
Oh,
my
thank
God.
That
you.
is so
Well,
nice.
it's
Shut up.
very nice. Yeah.
But we're
all
ready.
shut up.
We're here to sell out now.
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
very, very sweet. And
Well, it's not often I see that, especially in LA, particularly in
Totally.
pop. you
Yeah.
know?
Definitely.
it's good to hear because I do think that they're, it's hard to like keep a sense of that. Like
It is.
I think and maybe you want to talk about that because I know that your most recent record is like all self-written and self-produced? Question mark. Like
yeah,
very largely.
very largely.
So amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been lucky to like, I think part of it maybe is like staying somewhat insular.
Yeah.
Or at least like if you're co-writing, it's like co-write with people that
Yeah,
you
I
really
wanted to
trust.
ask you about that. Do you guys co-write now? Because back when I met you,
Well,
you
we
were like,
both
I
do
can't.
it with the
Yeah.
same person.
With Leland?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We literally just did a week.
Yeah,
Like,
but we did only the last record has I guess 3 or 4.
I don't know. Yeah, we did. Actually, we have a lot of similar because we did a session for the last record with Mitski.
Oh, cool.
And I know y'all put out a song together.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
How was
Mitski-
that session? Or
That
like,
so
was it a
Susie was the song that
process?
came out, and that was
Uh-huh.
our first time writing together.
That's
which
so
was-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
and-
when she came to LA to do like some sessions?
Yeah.
Cool.
I wonder
Yeah.
if it was the
And then
same.
she ended up writing a couple songs for my last record, Cape God with Me, that
Yeah.
ended up on the deluxe edition.
Oh,
as
That
well.
is so cool.
Wow.
I know. So cool.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
I mean, but she's the homie. Like,
Totally.
I think like, I don't know about you, but it was very easy to like connect with her from
Oh yeah.
like upon first meeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking Buck Meek's School of Song course right now. And
Who's
like
familiar? Who's Buck?
Buck
Meek?
Meek is
he's in Big Thief.
Yeah.
With
Oh, of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
Yeah.
Adrian Lincoln.
Have you ever heard of School of Song?
No.
It's like a
Is it like a master
I'm like,
class
you
but
should
for
teach.
songwriting?
Yeah,
or something?
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, you should teach.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I like doing it because it's like it's just a way to like you just have a homework assignment every week. It's like kind of fun to have a prompt.
Yeah, before I came to LA, the year before, I was doing this like composer's residency. Sounds very fancy at the
Yes, it does.
the Canadian
Academy.
what was it? CF. I don't even remember what it's called. This place that Norman Jewison started in Canada.
Yeah,
And we had like lessons in songwriting. It was the first time I'd ever had that, and I actually really enjoyed it. And it did get me out of my box of
Right.
how I normally write. It got
Yeah.
interesting stuff came of that.
Yeah, I think even if it's like stuff that you don't end up using, it's like you just have to keep it moving.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
keep it moving for sure.
But his first week was on like co-writing, and I think his kind of like thesis was that it ultimately is about like shared taste and shared trust, and like so he finds it really hard to just do it with people that you don't know very well.
Yeah.
or at least like people like sometimes I think it is possible if you're just like if you just really connect with somebody on a soul level and you like what they've done, so you can just like go there pretty quickly.
But I think when I met you, I remember you saying it was difficult. It was difficult to write with others.
I still find that to be true. I'm like working on it. I think there's been progress, but pretty much what I've learned like now, well, also like we're all writing, I think, more in a different way. Like JoJo's on like realizing that she's really good in songwriting rooms too. So it's like,
I don't know about that.
oh, I'm seeing the thoughts in your brain.
I'm doing it, but I don't know about that. Yeah.
But like I've learned that I can like bring in something, like I can like fill in a song with somebody else if I like trust them. But it's hard for me to like tune into
like something
myself
from
and like
nothing.
come up with something.
I think it's just
when
harder,
I'm in the presence of other people.
But I think it's harder to do that like when it's like you know what I mean? As opposed to like someone who's like Leland who's writing for other people. Like you have to know what is actually right for you, and I think that's the hardest thing, as opposed to like just collaborating with somebody on a song.
Having written with Leland so many times, I've often compared my style of writing to his.
Yeah.
And how masterful he is at getting a vibe in a room and like getting across what another person's trying to say, whereas I'm horrible at that. Like I just have my own thoughts and feelings, and if they happen to not connect with those, then I can't.
You're
like,
just like, well,
I'm like, well, you're missing out. Like,
Totally.
I'm really stubborn like that,
Totally.
and so so it's a lot of. I mean, I've done so many co-writes since I started and was and like it's fun, but I wanted to do a record where it just came from me. And see how that sounded.
Yeah.
And turns out it sounds like radically different than me co-writing.
It has such a specific sound.
Totally.
And lyrically, like I thought I was a really slow lyricist, but turns out I just have to write by myself.
Wow.
Pretty fast when I.
So it happened really fast.
Yeah, the lyrics, the production was really hard for me. That was a huge technical, learning curve, but the lyrics just poured out.
You're Ableton, right?
Yeah, you too, right?
Yeah.
But were you doing it
love.
on a lot of, analog synths?
Yeah.
Hot,
yeah, mostly,
sexy.
as I could afford them and, get gifted, whatever.
Totally.
That's our shit, too. I mean,
beg for free.
Yeah.
But the truth is, there
I'm
are,
and what brands did you use? And how...
Yeah, I started.
I'm putting my hand up for the
for that. Wait, we actually. I want keyboards on our hands.
I think Moog was pretty helpful.
Yeah. Whoa, really?
Yeah,
Moog.
I mean, they're controversial, but Behringer will usually send.
Oh, nice
stuff. Yeah,
Behringer,
they have some good shit.
Cool stuff.
They have some good replicas, and they're kind of destroying the gear industry because it's so cheap. But
there's something to that, though. I mean, I don't know.
I was like, I can't afford a real Pro One, so I'm gonna just get this Behringer module.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, there's such an elitism, especially with modular synths, that I don't think should
and
exist.
also just I have heard a real, and I might want to cut this out so I just don't disgrace this company, but maybe we just bleep out what I'm saying. I've heard we've tracked on albums before and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The plugin Tal is just as good. And I'm not
sometimes,
kidding.
Sometimes it actually sounds too dirty.
It also sounds it'll sound worse sometimes. I mean, it's some of the emulators are so close that it's if you can tell the difference,
that's not disparaging.
You're a nerd. You know?
I feel like I have to be honest and put myself in the category of someone who does prefer the bad sounding real.
Oh, so you're identifying as a nerd.
Well, it's also just to say, if you're making something we tracked the lead line for Number One Fan on and then I emulated it for
and it was identical.
Something else. It was identical. It was exactly.
I think some of it's in my head, and I think some of it's just tactile.
Well, I think there's also a lot of merit.
There's
in,
something to
wanting
that, for sure.
to. I think there's something beautiful about having a creative experience that is tactile because it's there's something just nice about being able to touch an object and make it make sound,
and
as
something
opposed
that
to it just being a keyboard.
You can't edit it afterwards.
It's nice.
Really cool.
I like the temperamentality of these machines.
Totally.
And I like the limitations of these machines
totally.
too. When
Definitely.
I go through
Plugins is like
1,000
so
presets,
many.
I start to like
Well,
my
it's also, it's
creativity.
like, what do you
wins.
know? Like,
Yeah.
what do I know that actually sounds good when there's 1,000?
Yeah.
I don't.
Sometimes it's like, yeah, you just have you need a box. But
Yeah.
it's like if you don't have money and you can
Yeah.
you can get close. You can
Yeah.
get close.
Yeah. So I don't know what I'll do on my next record, but on this one, I just wanted to indulge myself in like all my
Totally.
tastes. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I went about
I think
it.
the payoff was huge. And I also love just like hearing your voice on the record in term like I'm thinking about a song like Staying Power.
Mm.
It's like there's just like this tremendous bite to the song and honesty about like what it's like being an artist in this industry for a long time
Mm-hmm.
who like is trying like sticking to your ideals as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like it it does make me think about what you can achieve like when you are writing largely on your own versus I think when something is like a co-write that's split a bunch of ways, it can end up being like a common denominator scenario where we're just gonna get songs about like being hot or like going out for
Yeah.
the night versus
Yeah,
like I
totally.
feel like your record is like you're talking about making art under like capitalism and
I love that.
also like navigating this like industry as somebody like with a chronic illness and like a human body. It's like
Mhm.
it's just very rich.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that in
Thanks.
pop
I'm grateful
music.
for you like listening to my lyrics that closely. Thank you.
That's what I listen to.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's Katie's brain.
Mm.
Are you not that way, or are you that, or are you that way?
As a listener,
Cool
Yeah, yeah,
question,
yeah.
Katie.
I'm usually a vibe first, a production first listener.
Definitely.
And then,
Same.
Yeah.
but like second time round, I'll already be digging into lyrics. I would say, and sometimes lyrics, if they're really good, your lyrics catch me first time.
Wow.
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 I think I'm like vibe first, but sometimes a lyric will jump out and like make me laugh or something, and then I'll like
Yeah.
it'll pull my ear.
Yeah.
But
Or-
once
yeah.
I start, you know what? Actually, probably the truth is I'll start listening to lyrics second verse onward, like in a real way.
Actually, I think I have that too. Yeah.
Once you get a concept for like, oh, this is the form, oh, this is the chorus. Okay, I'll listen to it next time. I'll listen to what they're
Yeah.
actually saying the
Yeah.
next time I listen to it, and then second listen is lyrics.
Which is funny because second verse is almost always the verse that I write last, where I'm just like, and we got to do this part too.
But you know what I mean, though. Like just like linearly, when you're listening to a song, you're kind of
And
like,
we have to
fair
do this
enough.
part too.
And got to do this part too.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
But second verses always end up being kind of the best verses.
I think they're
find, 'cause
fun.
Well, you
they're
know what it is.
afterthoughts.
Wait, that's what
you
we
know
should
what
rank.
it is too.
We should rank like
verse-
chorus,
verse,
first verse, second
chorus,
verse, bridge.
Bridge.
Oh,
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good.
Is it okay to ask like how are you feeling like with tour coming up? I know that you like went through this whole kind of like hero's journey essentially navigating like health with
Mhm.
was it touring for
Touring in 2022 for Cape Cod, and
Yeah.
that had already been postponed twice because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I was like,
Yes.
finally, my big headline tour, and then
Yeah,
didn't
crazy.
happen.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm still. I mean, there's a kind of a misconception that I haven't really like cleared up in the press, but I may as well right now.
Let's do
Yes,
it
the
now,
the
right
pre-
here on
the
The
press.
center of press.
Get it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, to quote you.
everyone like I have a lot of fans that say, "I'm so glad you're feeling better,"
Okay.
but I've had a chronic illness for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Right.
So
not really how it
it
works.
just happened that I was hiding it for most of my career, and then I
Yeah.
got caught in a moment where I had to come clean about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow.
I'm not better per se.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not in the hospital. But so I like to just be honest about those things now. I used to be
Totally.
terrified to talk about it.
Mhm.
It's like a weight off my back
Totally.
to just say these things. So yeah, I'm quite scared about tour always because
Yeah.
my illness is unpredictable. And,
Yeah.
So I have like anyone with chronic autoimmune issues, I have sort of good days and bad days, sometimes good years, sometimes bad years. I've had a lot of bad years recently, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's the honest answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like probably, I mean, I haven't dealt with anything like affecting my body like nearly to the same extent, but I've had like mental health issues that have like with our promo cycle for our last record, I was like very concerned about not being able to tour because for me, like with my OCD, I fixate on my voice and like convince myself that I'm losing my voice. And then I actually start losing my voice and it's really fun. And it's a good time for everyone.
No, I have a similar thing with
it's a party.
physically, like where I have like PTSD, the complex kind about the illness now, and so I'll feel one physical sensation, convince myself that I'm about to die.
Right?
Yeah,
rock
totally.
the
Super
fuck
fun.
on. Yeah. It's kind of cool to go on
just
a roller
not
coaster
to
ride.
mention, like even just anything aside, it's like touring is fucking impossibly hard.
It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Like already,
it's literally
most of the people I
degrading.
know who
Like
are
as an experience. Like, I mean, the shows are so amazing, and like,
I know, but the shows are 5 or 10% of the whole experience.
Oh, totally.
Exactly.
It's surviving.
That's
to
really
the
the
show.
art. That's really the art of touring.
Survival.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have done a tremendous amount of touring.
We
had our asses
true.
That's the other thing I've admired from afar. Just like, wow, like, and you've and it's
thank you
paid
so much for
off too.
saying that.
But we've become lucky.
We've become
in the
better
last,
at
we
shows.
know how to
Definitely.
like. I think that's honestly where like we don't have to think about a lot of the things that we do. But
We know how to fuck.
yeah, we know how to fuck on stage.
Yeah,
But like we are lucky enough though that it's like we have like a tour bus. We have people who take care of us, and it's like that is just something that comes with like years of doing it and like having more economic means that I think so many artists just like can't actually get to. So it's like
I
it's
know,
always
that's
a fucking
the thing
struggle.
about touring too is
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever said this publicly either. I've never made money on a tour.
That's so
But
normal.
we
And
only
people don't know that.
Yeah.
I love when I meet like
I'll love it.
my
Clean,
parents' like friend or whatever
Oh
who
my
works in
God.
finance and is like, hey, all the money's in
touring.
life, right? I'm like, no.
What do you understand?
You know what? I mean, like it is after you've
Money
reached a certain
spent, yes.
point. So it's
Yeah.
like we only made money this past year.
Yeah.
Like
Truly,
past,
only
like,
this past
I guess
year,
like a year ago.
2023.
Yeah, and we've been a band for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like-
It's so real and so common, but it's a real misconception.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And it's an
costs so much.
investment. It's an
It is,
investment
it
that
is.
may or may not pay off.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that I feel like fewer and fewer like record companies are actually making in artists, you know what I mean? Like in
Oh,
terms
yeah.
of the well of tour support
Mm-hmm.
is perhaps drying up a
Is
bit.
that true? I don't
Yes.
really know.
I
what the
think it
deal
is true.
I haven't really talked to anyone about
I
it.
think
but
it's true.
we just
Is
we
that because
also
deals
operate
have
in
changed,
indie.
do you think? Or
I think
I
also
don't-
it's just like
I'm really curious
I
about
think
that stuff.
everybody's making
like
less
360 deals
money.
don't even exist anymore, right? Is anyone willing
I
to
think-
sign that anymore?
I think they totally do.
I
But
think it depends on how fat the.
I guess
Yeah.
in my idyllic
check
mind, I'm
is.
like, no one in their
Well,
right
you know,
mind would sign that
they're-
anymore,
They're
right?
doing deals now where some, especially if you're not like mainstream pop, where the record label will also be your management and they'll be your publishing.
Conflict of interest,
100%.
babes.
But
Yeah, the
we
monopoly.
never.
it is.
Baby wavy.
I'm 100% with you. But some people, it's like
That's
they feel it's their
crazy.
only option.
Have you
And so-
always been
Well, it
on a
depends
label?
how the commission's divvied out.
Yeah,
Totally.
You guys are gonna get me on my thing.
Yeah, I know.
I love
I'm
it.
100%.
Go
I
off,
think
girl.
there is so much power. Okay, I'm going to say two things. There's power in you talking about what you're going through as an individual and like your health things because everybody's going through shit like that. And also you as an artist who knows like especially for younger people, all the young people out there, you've been in the industry a long time and I think there's
youngsters.
power in you talking about those kind of things. So go. Soapbox.
Complain.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, just what was the question you
Yeah.
asked about commission?
Well, no, I
Or
was
no,
asking
label.
had you always been on a label?
I've
Or did you ever
I've
put out
always
music
been in.
independently?
Yeah, I mean, technically, I'm in a deal that is, it's more artist friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna own your music ever?
Most
Yeah.
people ever won't.
So,
Same.
so
Actually, I'm just
so-
remembering that I had a dream last night where I was telling someone, I don't own any of my art.
no, it's
Wow.
horrific. I mean,
It makes me really sad sometimes.
Yeah,
but
it makes me super sad.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm like
artist.
ownership.
Because I'm like, hey, that's mine. You know?
Give it back.
What could be more
Hey,
personal?
I made that.
What could be more spiritual? What could be more personal? What could be more special than something
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
So
But you know
Well-
what? My bitch ass could be like, I could have, like, I don't know.
No, you couldn't have.
I don't want to is the thing. I don't want to figure it out.
You couldn't have.
I don't want to do all that.
No.
Are you
So-
thinking of
I'm talking about like doing a
The
release
whole logistics.
without a
You
label.
just- yeah, it's tough.
I mean, I think things are changing, and I think
That is
I
true.
don't think we ever needed to sign our. I mean, we did because of the state of things. But if you go back to whenever these standards were created, they were unfairly created, and they're just antiquated, and they just keep going. But
Yeah.
eventually, they have to end just purely because of technology. Like this is
Definitely.
these sorts of giving your rights away, your moral
know.
rights. I mean, this is it's insane.
I
It's
know.
like we should be able to make a living without signing away our souls.
Well, I mean, it's like what is making a living when there's streaming where
Mhm.
it's like the actual thing no longer has monetary value.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the recordings do, but the problem is the
Yeah.
labels take 70-90% of
Totally.
recordings. And that's why the deal that I'm in is that's where it's more artist friendly because
Cool.
we split it 50-50.
Oh,
That's
that-
great.
yeah,
I think
that
we're
is
like
better.
that at Saddest too.
Yeah, but like when
Shout out to
Spotify came
Phoebe.
along, like there never used to be such a divide between publishing royalties and masters, and now it's all on the master side, which is why people that are just doing songwriting, it's like they need radio songs to make to have a comfortable life.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Totally.
Yeah, it's all in the recordings.
That's so
That's
fucking
helpful to know. I
wild.
didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
Hinge is a dating app designed to be deleted. Katie, didn't you go on Hinge?
I have been on Hinge a couple of times, and I also have deleted it a couple of times.
Whoa.
Which meaning that I met people on there.
That's pretty cool.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. You were never on Hinge. I don't think
No,
you.
I don't think it existed.
I don't think it existed.
It didn't exist.
Most people that I know,
Wants to
I
go back.
honestly
I would
will say
try
this:
Hinge.
most people that I know that are in relationships from apps like
It's
met on
Hinge?
Hinge.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I
I've heard
always
that
tell
as
people
well.
like if they're really looking for a relationship. That
Oh, that's
That's
really
sweet.
sweet, guys.
yeah, it's
And
cute.
you know what? You can answer some of their LGBTQIA specific prompts,
hmm
such as
Wait, why don't we have you guys answer one of these prompts right now?
Okay.
So, my chosen family is the best at blank. What do you guys think I'm the best at?
my chosen family
chain.
is the best at Katie.
He's the best at being
Katie.
Yeah, Katie is the best at being Katie.
I think
Gender
that would be a
euphoria
great prompt, and it
looks
would
like my
get you a
friend
lot
Katie.
of lovers.
I wish I could tell the younger version of myself that one day I'd have a friend named Katie. I connect
Someone
to my
would probably
community
be like,
by
"It seems
calling
like
Katie.
this person is just interested in their friend Katie."
That's so fun.
Katie,
It feels
so,
affirming when others are named Katie because it's familiar to me.
so if you want to find someone named Katie, go
can.
download Hinge and
show
show
off.
off.
That makes it
Whoa.
sound like I'm on Hinge.
Well, you could be. Go download it and find out. Show off
It's
your true
Where's
self.
Waldo style. But
Yeah, where's Waldo?
Katie?
Where's Katie?
She's not on there no mo.
And hey, maybe you got to just go find out for yourself. So
Yeah.
download Hinge and download the app that's meant to be deleted. Bye-bye.
Have you like generally made a living from the co-writes that you've done?
No,
Cool.
I mean, yeah.
Awesome.
So I got in a really bad situation when I moved to LA. I did a publishing deal and the company fell apart.
Whoa.
Okay.
So I was giving away 50% of like any co-pub deal. I was giving
Yeah,
away
yeah.
50% for zero services after 6 months.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whoa.
And it was an
Oh my.
MDRC
For
deal,
free.
meaning like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
And
what does that mean?
It's a minimum delivery of songs.
Yeah.
It's like 4 full songs per option, but for 4 full songs, you have to be the 100% writer. So if I was if I wrote a quarter of a Troye Sivan song, then I
Right.
had to
That is
release
so interesting.
4 times.
that for
I can't
for
do
one.
the math. Yeah, for
You have to
yeah.
do that 16 times.
Yeah. So it's like impossible to get out of.
That is
So
so
wild.
conniving because I'm like 4 songs. That sounds like nothing.
Yeah.
but it's like you're actually in it.
and they also
for
put
more
me
than a
in.
record.
Whoa.
They put me in a situation where they spend a bunch of. They called themselves my managers, which I didn't understand was a conflict of interest. Spent a bunch of money on me when all the Allie X buzz was first going on.
Mhm. It's like
And then
spending
gave
money
me
on-
the bill when the publishing deal. So they go, here's
Holy
150,000 in debt, and then you have to work your way through 4 options as the 100.
This is This is the thing. How people don't know, like us when we first started RCA, and like how they were spending the money that we owed them, and we just didn't know because
Yeah,
we just
you
didn't
don't
have enough,
know.
we just
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
enough information.
We don't know that they're adding it to our tab.
Yeah, and
No,
you just
and
don't-
they-
don't give you
nobody-
the information. They
They should
don't.
at least make that clear. Someone should. Like,
Yeah.
because I didn't know, and
Yeah.
and
We're
like,
so lucky that
Management
we
could
got
even do that
dropped
to you,
oh,
because
it's the best possible scenario.
we owed them a lot of money.
We just were never gonna make money. But people should know. People who don't know this, like you don't technically have to pay them back. You just will never make money on any of the songs and whatnot that you're
It's
making.
called recouping.
Yeah.
recouping and advancing.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why do labels have to play artists like you guys like lottery tickets? Why couldn't they have worked at scale with where you were at?
Yeah, totally.
And then
Yeah.
you could have recouped that money then, and they could have kept their artist, and they could have grown along with you guys in your success.
Yeah.
Right.
That would, to me, that's this actual smart way of doing business,
is. I
just
even
don't
on a
think they know
cold-blooded
how.
level, like
Yeah.
no feelings, you
Yeah.
know.
right.
I don't
Why
think they
didn't
know
just
you
like
how.
invest.
decision.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's like
Just
you
actually
buy.
do a smart investment.
Yeah, you buy
Yeah.
you buy a house when it's affordable, and then inevitably you're going to be able to sell the house for more money.
I think it's
that's
also-
just the way.
I think
life
a
is.
Lottery
major
tickets
label,
is a really
though-
good analogy.
Yeah. But a major
yeah.
label is also working off the notion of using like a certain formula for every artist, and I don't think they know how to break that formula. And so it's like
well-
spending the money because they think they're going to make the money.
Well,
but
the
they
reason
can't
is
plug it
that
in.
the reason that they my partner told me, I'm still with George, by the way.
Oh,
Like,
cute.
yeah.
Hell
He
yeah.
told me about, he was reading this or watching a YouTube video about how at the end of the quarter at Netflix,
Mhm.
they had this like meeting with the boss of Netflix. I don't know who it was.
The boss.
And everyone had a good quarter. Every show that had been put out had been successful. And apparently this was bad news to the CEO because they weren't taking enough risks. So then I started thinking about the music industry like that.
Mhm.
And the truth is, like, we like at a big company like Apple, it's the same thing. If you're
Yeah.
putting out like this new piece of technology, there needs to be a lot of money invested, a lot of risk taken, because the formula is the more risk you take,
Yeah.
if one of those
higher
100
the-
products succeeds, it's gonna make up for all the loss.
Right.
And that's how we get played as artists
Yeah.
on labels. They
Yeah.
know that the risk,
Whoa.
they know they've got 99 other people they're investing 500 grand in or
Right.
whatever. And one of them
One of them is going
is
to be
going to make up.
Coldplay.
Yeah. Is going to be Coldplay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
But that's
fucking
definitely
insane.
a major label.
And when we
vibe.
made the switch,
Yeah.
like when we signed to Phoebe's label, like it was interesting for us to realize through working with an indie record label, we're like, oh, well, we already like function as like a pretty like sustainable and
Yeah.
like self-contained small business.
Yeah.
So we actually really don't need a big advance.
Yeah.
Like we don't need a crazy budget.
Well, we needed
For-
some to keep us afloat, but yes.
yeah,
Yeah, you need money to
well, yeah,
live,
we
to
needed the
live.
money badly at that point.
At that
Yeah.
point,
And we want some
had
money
needed
for
the money.
for videos and stuff because we like to do
Yeah,
that.
but that wasn't
same.
even
I
part of our
always lose money
advance.
on that as well.
I know.
That was like
Yeah.
all
But you
on
have
top.
to do it.
Music videos are so
I
expensive.
know.
It's unbelievable.
Weird World is such a good video.
Oh, thank you.
Are you
Yeah.
still? Do you and George kind of creative direct everything yourselves, or do you?
No, I mean
Take the reins?
George was like indirectly crucial to Girl with No Face, like to
Yeah.
the record, because he gave me like the sort of the history lesson.
Yeah,
and
can
the-
you speak and can you speak on that?
Yeah, so George is my partner of now a decade,
Whoa.
formerly known as Jungle George.
Yeah,
I'm trying to stop saying slay.
I know. We recently learned that Slay is out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Old.
I have to
Fuck.
stop.
I know.
Slay. I'll say
No,
it.
Jen Alpha will tell you,
You guys,
Slay is
you guys,
so 4
you guys
months
being in
ago,
a long-term
which is so
relationship,
Not
Slay.
me like
Unbelievable.
choking on it.
No. What are you gonna say? Straight, cool of you to be.
That's straight cool of you.
Apparently, the only word that's cool to them is bro.
Brah.
Bro. Like,
No, they're saying that rips, that tour. They're
What
saying-
the
fuck?
Yeah, they are.
no.
Oh,
Ooh,
tour.
Don't say
I thought you meant
what.
tour.
They are saying that.
Like
That sort of hurts my
this is all
butt.
like Cali.
Yeah.
This is all very
That hurts
California
your
to me.
butt?
Okay, ADHD.
Whatever,
ADHD gang, relax.
That tore my hole.
Like the whole.
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why.
That gave me an anal fissure.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyways,
That fissured.
that fissured. Whoa.
I
new
want
Oh, slay.
I want tape between us on the couch.
Whoa. That really goes.
Okay, you were
Grapes. I just noticed we have some decorative.
Yeah, you can take
Yes.
those out if
There
you
are
want to play with
decorative
those.
You can
sort
eat
of
some
kinda
if you
all
want to
around.
risk it.
Yeah,
so,
you can eat those.
yeah. If you can eat anything if you want.
You can eat anything in here.
Well, okay.
Okay, yeah,
So
you're
you're in a
partner of 10
long-term
years.
relationship.
I'm in a long-term relationship
With a man.
with a man. I'm with a man. One of the only good ones, I think.
I'm sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Prove it.
I know. That's my answer too. I would say that he always was sort of like not rolling his eyes. I don't want to get him in trouble, but was not loving the kind of co-writing that I was doing and the focus on being a songwriter for other people and stuff. And always he knew that I'd produced my song "Bitch," and he was like always saying you should try that. You know, you should do a record like
That
that.
song is amazing.
And also just introduced me to like a lot of music, like
Yeah.
the kind of music that influenced the record, which was like post-punk basically.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and like he has that spirit. He's like completely untrained. Like lots of, I don't know, just a lot of culturally, like a lot of really great reference points for me that I really started to resonate with.
Yeah.
And he's like a co-writer on I think 3 of the songs.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You were saying he gave you a history lesson. In what sense?
Culturally,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
showing me really like great like a lot of the music that came out of like the UK in the late 70s and the early
cool.
80s
Cool.
and a lot of like,
playlist.
yeah, I'll send you the playlist.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be about "Girl with No Face," like because that's such a cool title.
There is a cool story there actually, which is when we met in 2014, he'd written the demo for that song and played it for me. And
Whoa.
I was like, this is so cool.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so it was basically what it is now, except without the post-chorus and without lyrics.
Oh, whoa.
You want
Yeah.
to know what's really funny? When
What?
we were talking to Leland last week, and like we were working on a song that I had started in like 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, the other person who does this a lot is Allie. Like, he was like, her next single is probably going to be a song from like 2012.
I love that you do that too. I'm really stubborn about it. I feel like
Yeah.
if I've got something that I really like, I'll find a way to make it work.
Yeah,
Totally.
sometimes you just don't know at the time. You know what I mean?
Or
Like,
you're
what
not
it is.
make it like you'll get something, but it's like not connected to the era that you're currently in.
Yeah.
That or it's a production challenge for me a lot of the time.
Mhm.
Like I know that it's a really good melody or whatever, but the sonics,
wrong.
yeah, the beat's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
can't crack it.
That happens to us a lot. Or we'll airlift lyrics onto other beats. Or
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
airlift ideas into other kind of
And sometimes it works.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it
Sometimes
doesn't.
that can be really cool.
Yeah.
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 Um,
It just depends.
a lot of the melodies on this record are Spooky Town.
Are they?
Yes.
Cool. Which ones?
You mean harmonically?
Girl with No
yeah.
Face.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Staying Power.
yeah.
Even the way you sing on John and Jonathan, the way you sing They Go Up, They Go Down. I'm thinking spooky.
Yeah, it is spooky. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
But
just
post punk
to-
kind of has that. Like,
yeah, I mean, and like
Yeah.
the bass line on "Girl with No Face" is like that's a post-punk bass line, and
Yeah.
that's why
Totally.
it could never work until this album. Like
Totally.
I tried it on previous ones, it was
Totally.
just like a
Yeah.
sticking out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But it
totally.
works. Like, I mean, it's just like harmonically, it's like you're really giving people something to like sit with and like chew on.
Good, yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah.
I do tend to write like if I'm not super intentional about it, I will write like a Disney song like that.
That's
Really?
awesome.
I'm very
Do you have aspirations in that direction?
not at all, but I'm always trying to get myself out of that because that's kind of like it's what I grew up on. I went to like theater school and like
I mean, we're all theater kids.
Yeah.
You can't.
Did you
escape it.
think you were? I mean, you kind of have a voice that would be good in musical theater.
I have the voice that is good in musical theater,
Yeah.
and I have a high, like, my voice is best seriously as a high soprano. Like it,
Whoa.
like, yeah,
That's cool.
that's where it's the most in tune. But I don't really like that kind of music anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
totally.
I'm always just trying to fake it, you know?
Yeah.
Like control my voice to sound to my taste.
I wish I had a voice because I'm like a tenor pretty much. Like I have a very
You're an
very low
alto.
voice, and I'm not being. That's not a bad thing.
You're not a tenor,
Naomi
though.
McPherson.
No, you're like a second alto.
Yeah, you're an
Um,
alto.
Okay.
Yeah, all of
We're all
us.
so forceful about
Well,
it.
hey,
You're an alto.
You're an alto.
You're not a tenor. No.
Tenors are like,
I have a really low voice.
You do. You
you
And
have
can
a
really go down
beautiful voice.
Thank you
I'm
very
envious
much.
of voices like yours.
Well, it's like I think that's the nature of it, you know. So we want to
Yeah.
go where
Life
we
itself.
cannot go.
we want to go where we cannot go.
Yeah, but I think like with Chapel's new song,
Mm,
like
I love
that's
her
so
new song.
exciting.
Yeah.
because it's like it's a
It's so
range that
high,
you don't
yeah.
often hear in pop music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
and
Kate
that
Bushy. Like,
and
Yeah.
actually
soprano.
hearing that, I was like, I should just let my voice go higher.
Yeah.
Like it wants to.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
put my song Galena. I'm doing it on tour, and
Cool.
it's I can't sing it in tune. I had to
It's
put it
too
up
low.
3 semitones.
Wow.
we do that.
Unrelatable.
Well, I guess we don't do that.
No, we
really
don't
for
do it.
live. I guess
We've
the only
wanted
thing,
to,
yeah,
but we
we
kind
wanted
of have
to.
just pushed through.
We almost did it with Home by Now.
Yeah, but
Higher or lower?
It was
Higher just
hard
'cause the
it was hard to
verses are
hear.
so
Yeah, it was
low.
hard to hear her with the mix, but we just had to, figure it out.
Yeah.
Is that the key?
Yeah, low.
Tend to walk in circles.
Do you know what your lowest note is?
Let's do it.
Go down. You can do it half step down.
You can go lower.
Because I can go there.
I can't go close to that. That's crazy.
Go.
This is what people want to hear.
We've done this before.
Yeah, I
like
know.
You
we
have?
a-
Sorry.
We definitely not on the pod, but I know
Oh.
we have a video on TikTok of like
We were doing the Miley thing, right? What was it?
I don't know.
Wasn't there a video of Miley where she was singing a really low note?
I
People
mean,
were
well,
like,
she has a
"Holy
buttery
fucking
low.
shit."
She's
Yeah,
got a
she
buttery
does.
low low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
I
Love
lo-
that girl.
I mean, yeah, there all vocal ranges are beautiful.
Yeah, it is
Absolutely.
funny though, like to
Oh.
feel in pop music though that you can't go to a certain place because it's not of like the
Yeah.
norm. But maybe that's the place you actually, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want you to do Phantom of the Opera core.
Whoa.
Sing for me.
Yeah, my
Christine
angel.
Cole.
Yeah,
Sing for me, Christine.
that was for Josette
Yeah, I
specifically.
could go, but I'm not gonna hurt everybody's head.
So are you straight?
What's up with that?
You know what? I
Seem a little too smart.
It's a. I know.
Some people are.
What's going on there?
I
Huh.
wish that I understood. I don't. I don't ever talk about it because I don't want to cause. I don't.
Controversy.
I don't want to make
I'll
a
back off.
people get people get offended by kind of anything. So I don't know. Like I don't really know what I am.
That's wonderful.
I'm
You know, why not?
I might be almost asexual. I'm not sure. Maybe
Yeah.
that like if
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have boobs. Like
Totally.
Right.
I am
I
in a
consider-
heterosexual relationship. I don't know.
Yeah. Not
Was it-
having boobs is awesome.
I've
As
been
someone who
really
got
jealous.
I got rid of them.
Yeah,
It's
I know. It looks
awesome. Yeah.
amazing.
It's so fun. It's like just the best thing. It was worth every red cent that I had to spend because
Have
it
a
wasn't
lot of people
covered.
used off with their tits, like for like people who've had top surgery? Have they used it?
Well, it hasn't become like a trend or anything, but yeah,
Should.
I've
Little
seen a lot
cuties.
of actually drag
Make it
performers do
happen.
like
Yeah, that makes sense.
the like rip off and reveal the bloody. Like,
Oh, that's sick.
I
Holy
love
shit.
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
up your alley
God.
big time.
Absolutely. Anything
Um,
with boobs and coming on and off.
Cool.
Pause.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, you don't owe us anything. You don't owe anyone anything. in
There's
terms
like
of
not a term that
disclosing.
describes how I feel as of yet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
giving
also-
queer a little bit.
I think that's also
I
just.
feel. I mean, all of my friends are queer. Like,
Yeah,
that's where
yeah.
I fit in. So, but I don't know.
Do you have a memory of like, when you were younger, like a character or something that like kind of opened you to like a feeling of identity or a feeling of sexuality that was like resonant?
Yeah,
Does that
you
make
know,
sense?
when I saw Cabaret for the first time,
Cool.
the
Whoa.
revival, the MC, I was like
Yeah,
hypnotized.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I didn't know why. It was almost an attraction, like
Yeah.
some sort of mysterious thing there.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Sometimes you actually just will never know if it's attraction or like a gender
Identification.
euphoria or like
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of it. You
Or
know,
just
Yeah,
a
something.
resonance. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
definitely
the,
a fascination.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that juncture.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the Cabaret revival on the West End that was up like a year or so ago.
Mhm.
It was fucking awesome.
Did you see with Jake Shears?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
From Scissor Sisters, I think he took over the.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Whoa.
but I've
After Eddie Redmayne.
Wait, is his last
right?
name actually
Wasn't that what it
Shears?
I
was?
think so.
Yeah.
I almost went to see that, but I didn't have time when I was in London.
I've
but
never
It
seen
was
Cabaret.
awesome. I'd never seen it, and it was awesome.
It's
like,
yeah,
it was
and
really
and that's
cool.
like there's been 2 revivals now. That's the second
Yeah.
one. It looked really cool.
When you said that, I confused it in my head with Chorus Line,
Oh yeah.
which I have seen.
God, I hope I get it. How many people does he need? How many boys, how many girls?
that.
Wait, which one of us sings that? Was it you
God, I
that would
hope I
sing
get
that?
it.
No.
So one of us would sing. It wasn't me because I don't know a course.
It was probably me,
It
but
was
I don't
Katie.
remember.
It was definitely not
That's
me.
really
At
funny.
what point did I sing that?
No, we just sing company
Sing
because,
Company. You know what?
because of Geo.
You know what I was-
Our bass player.
Wait, company like
Probably one
Sondheim?
musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You sing the whole thing? Or?
No, we'll just sing parts.
Yeah, for sound check.
He sings "Being Alive" in full for
Oh
sound
my
check.
God.
Somebody.
Oh, me
Being
too.
alive.
Yeah.
It's
It's
And in my
amazing.
chair is Manny Patinkin in that?
Yeah,
Don't know who
yes,
that
I think
is,
so.
but
I'm gonna
God
try and
bless.
find Geo's sing. I'm just gonna. This is a little treat.
Okay.
Stand by.
or call him.
no, I have it saved.
He loves to do goofy things during sound check,
Dude,
though.
it's so awesome. Okay, hold on. Continue talking amongst yourselves. It's gonna take a second.
How is it having 3 pairs of tits on you?
Oh, I was like, where's this question going? That was
Just clarifying.
I mean, it's
she did
weird.
it for a music video.
I did
it wasn't like
no, I
3
did it for a photo
other
shoot,
people's
and it
tits.
was like a design of
Oh, it was just a photo shoot?
yeah,
Why did I think it was
this
a video?
fashion designer in London.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I just thought it was funny, but it's kind of the same
I love
feeling as
that.
when like Violet Chachki dresses me up. Like I feel like I'm doing
God,
drag.
I love Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
I'm such a bitch.
Yeah.
She loves it. Yeah. So that was fun.
Cool.
quickly this, and then I have a question. But hold on. Let me-
But alone is alone, not alive.
I love it.
He sent me that as a voice note after I sent him a video of something from Company.
Wait, who is this?
That's
Geo,
our
that's our
bass player,
bassist.
Geo.
And he sings backups or
No, he does not
No.
sing H at all. But he,
That's a lie. He sings in silk sometimes.
that's true. Sometimes he
Yeah,
sings.
he'll come up actually. He sings in silk at the end of the night. He'll come up to my mic.
He just
And he'll sing.
but he just always is singing that song. I don't know why. He just loves Company. And
He was in.
sings
He
it
hadn't
sometimes.
been. He's kind of like a theater kid too.
We all kind of are.
Clearly,
God damn it.
clearly, you don't have that vibrato unless you were a theater kid.
No,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that's a
really
learned
crazy.
behavior.
And the
That's a
little
learned
edge at the
behavior.
end. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the-
was
the
a serve.
passion.
That was a big serve.
So funny.
Yeah.
What this is just like a pure. I don't even know how I want to ask this question because it doesn't make sense.
Cool.
I have like fashion questions. Like
Please.
How did you do it?
what is like what
How'd
do
you get in there?
I don't even know what the question is, but I guess I'm just curious about like your involvement in and with fashion, like particularly like what piqued your interest. How did you get involved?
Who
Because
are
I
your
know
fa- who are your
you're like a fashion.
favorites?
You're like a fashion.
What are
week
you
girl, I
excited
feel like.
about?
You're out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's the same experience you guys probably had where you get somewhat of a name and then you're just like as soon as you're like any kind of a public figure, like fashion just comes into play.
Yeah.
I've seen
Mhm.
y'all
Yeah,
wearing
sometimes.
cute little get-ups.
Yeah,
like,
we
wear them.
fine
On occasion.
designers.
On
and-
occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually costs us money though.
That's the tea.
I know it's usually just a loan
But we
for
haven't
the
done
night or,
Yeah,
fashion
totally.
week yet. It's just never worked out.
Yeah, we get
timing-wise.
loans.
that took like intention and effort on my part. Like
Yeah.
I had people like reaching out about that.
You were
Yeah.
kind of elbowing your way.
Kind of, and
We need
which
to start
feels
doing
kind of lame.
No,
like,
it's not.
No,
lame.
that's actually bad.
That's the way
That's
Any
how
of this shit
anybody.
works.
Yeah, that's how life happens.
Yeah, but that is usually how it is. You get plugged in for these. There's a certain amount of front row spots at these things, and you get like, if you get one, you show and you take your picture, and then you like pretend you're friends with the person next to you. And then- yeah, I don't know. For me, I mean. I am an attention-seeking person. I do enjoy stuff like that.
Yeah, of
I
course.
enjoy doing
Love it.
interviews. Like I enjoy it. It's not like I'm not gonna lie about that.
You're
but
not saying
Of course.
I'm not saying
please.
stop. Yeah,
Don't look.
yeah. But for me, fashion is more about like. I think when I do those things, it's more about the relationship I can create with a designer or a fashion house, and then I can like pull for whatever music video or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
It's for the vision.
And you're creative directing everything and coming up with ideas for the shoots and stuff. And
Yeah,
like, all
yeah.
that. Cool.
I've always.
That's such hard
done-
work. We do that to us to whatever extent. It's
I
fucking
mean, it seems like
impossibly
you
hard.
guys have a hand in everything that you do. Like
Yeah,
you
And
don't.
can you do it any other way? No
a
offense.
lot of people do.
I mean, I don't
but
think it would
but
ever
you
be
could, to me,
true.
and I think to most people, like most. I mean, our audiences are young, right? Like they can tell, like they know what's been
Oh,
like
they-
doctored and
100%.
planted, and what's really
Like
authentic.
organic.
Someone's
Yeah.
checked
Yeah.
out a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
totally.
That's rank. Let's rank
Yeah,
it.
well, let's rank what we talked about.
That is so rank. So
This
we're
is-
gonna
We started to investigate the idea of adding structure to the show due to the structureless nature, and so we end it where we just rank things, like just
Great.
personal rankings. So
So what we're gonna do?
Yeah, let's
verse,
do it.
chorus, second verse, bridge.
All right,
Okay.
Let's rank.
I'm open to going. I feel like a lot of people might have similar ones.
Okay.
Go.
Go.
I feel like I can't say what I want to say.
You can.
Say it.
Bridge.
Whoa.
When it's good, a bridge is the fucking best thing. Bridge, chorus, second verse, first verse.
that's
Oh.
really random to me.
But doesn't that make
I
sense?
kinda
With
wanna
the type
hear
of
you
person I
next.
am.
I'm just like, why first verse last?
Yeah, I think
What?
to me, chorus, first verse, bridge, second verse.
Wait, we're not including pre.
Oh,
fuck.
Well, then let's not do fuck. Let's do verse as
Okay,
one.
no, we're ranking 5.
Fine,
has
five.
to be
You guys
five?
can. You guys are smart. You can keep up.
Yeah, wait. So,
So
wait,
we're
Naomi,
adding
Naomi,
pre-
Naomi,
Bridge,
just yours.
chorus.
First, second, and pre.
I don't remember what I
You
said.
said
I'm like,
bridge,
are they
chorus.
gonna know like what
Second verse.
we're
Yes,
talking
yes,
about? Like you
yes.
guys know. Question
They
for the
know.
producers.
Yes, people
Okay.
know. People know.
Post.
No,
Post.
not post.
shit.
Not post.
Oh
No
man, if we had
posts.
posted, it's chaos.
Post we're adding to chorus.
Okay.
Post is part of chorus.
Post hard
All right. Then yeah, I solidifying. Actually, okay. If post is a part of chorus, then I'll put chorus first. Chorus, bridge. Chorus, bridge. Let's do first verse, pre, second verse. I switched it up.
Okay.
Okay.
I can go again.
Okay.
Chorus, pre, first verse, bridge, second verse.
This actually is stressful.
It's hard.
When a bridge is good, it's so fucking fun.
Yeah,
I kind of want to
totally.
put.
I mean, when it's all good.
It's hard. I'm
Like,
kind of like finding it hard to approach it not from like the
What,
writing,
lyrics?
the writers,
well,
point
well,
view. Do
approach
that.
it. Approach it from you. Like I'm approaching it from myself and my
I might
experience.
like writing first verses like
The
the
best?
best. I like that. I love when I don't know. I love when like you're writing a first verse and you have a feeling of where the chorus is gonna go, but you don't really know, and you're like on that journey of like, where is it taking me? No, but I think I'll do. Yeah, fuck. Okay, I think I'll do first verse, chorus, bridge, second verse, pre.
Pre last.
The pre, to be honest with you,
It's just like, what's gonna get
I
us
have a
to the
hard time.
chorus
It's like I
fast?
see it as a device.
It is a
I
device.
just think
It's
the
like a
pre is
science.
so
It's a
important.
science thing. I mean, I want it in the song, but
it's more
as a
important
writer,
for
it's
music
like I'm
than it is for
inserting it
lyrics,
for
I think.
science, and I'm not like really feeling much.
I think it's more important for
Sorry
the
to say.
musical arrangement than it is for words, maybe. For us, at least. Because
Yeah.
it's like, how are we going to get from the arrangement of the verse to the chorus?
Yeah, I just
Dropping
think it's
hints.
And
so.
to be honest,
I
I'm
think it's
going from the
so
4 to the 5,
important.
and then I'm going into the chorus.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you're trying to get it done.
Yeah.
I think I think chorus free,
Good girl. Yes.
verse 1, bridge. No, verse 1, verse 2, bridge.
Okay, we're pretty aligned.
Yeah.
Bridge
I think the
last.
pre,
Yeah, me and you
even
are
though it is
closer.
a device, it's like
It's so
it's
important.
the thing that adds the
Exactly.
excitement to a
yeah,
song. Yeah.
I agree. If the
Yeah.
pre is good, like it makes everything else better. Like if the
Wow.
pre isn't good, then like what's the point of going
I'm
to the
going to be
chorus?
leaving here giving a little more attention and love to my prees.
I
I'm
just
gonna have
think
to
it's
say
also
that.
you just think about like what's the point of going somewhere? You know what I mean? You need intention.
But the funny thing is, like, sometimes pre's are 2 lines, and sometimes they're...
Yeah, but they could be the best 2
they're-
lines ever too. You know?
But like, for us, I'm thinking of, like, the pre of Silk Chiffon
Yeah,
is a chorus, but the pre of Taken is 2 lines.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
think
Do you know
about
what I
the
mean?
pre. Think about
Like-
what is honestly maybe the most important part of Silk Chiffon.
Well, that's what... But it's so different depending on the
Silk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
chorus.
I think. But think about what's the part that
Yeah.
went viral.
Life's so fun. I get it. Yeah, fair enough. You know what's
That's
funny is
it.
a lot of times, like, I write
Boom.
something that I think is a verse, and then it becomes the pre.
Yeah,
If
It's
it's
like, I
more like
never intentionally-
synthesized than
Yeah.
a verse.
yeah, totally.
Which has been
Interesting.
which is
fucking
good, though.
awesome.
That's skillful.
Yeah. I'm
It is.
I have to go pee. That's
No, we're
what's
gonna be
happening
done.
to me.
We're gonna be done.
Thank you so much for coming on the pod. We love you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Plug if you have anything to plug. Plug.
Yeah, plug.
Get
Plug the
tickets to
album.
Allie's tour.
Allie's
Yeah,
tour.
come to my tour, especially the London show because I need to sell more tickets there.
Where are
What
you
the
playing in
hell,
London?
I know.
What the fuck?
Formerly
fuck,
my
London?
best market.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
the
it's
hell?
crazy.
No, most of the North America. I think there's tickets still in Seattle
Okay.
and
Seattle.
and,
Got it.
second night New York. There's like 100 left.
Okay,
so
cool.
and then London and Dublin. Got to sell those ones.
Where
so
are you
I'm
playing
gonna-
in London?
Coco.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
Guys, it's
That's
gonna be so
awesome.
special.
Coco and
Go.
Camden. Real
Coco in
fun.
Camden.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good time.
Wow.
London's the fucking best. Anyway.
And we say at the end, we say, thank you so much for coming on. We love you. And I love you, Katie.
Thank you so much for coming on. I love you guys and I love myself. My name is Naomi.
This has been a delight. My love for you is limitless. I love you, Josette.
Verse, pre, and
Do I-
chorus
am
and
I
that.
supposed to do
No.
it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. My love is boundless.
Well, boundless. Kind of upped me there.
Yeah, had to.
Yeah.
This is Allie X.
Let's
Wait,
go.
no, you had to say you love yourself.
You love yourself.
And you know what? Fine. That was good.
That was a Headgum podcast.